Okay, I wanted to give you a really quick introduction to the components that we're using in this lab. The 555 timer you should have used in the previous lab. The important thing again is always to make sure that when you're orienting the device that you keep track of where pin 1 is, which is indicated by that little dot in the corner. Sorry, that video isn't great. There's probably, if you also look at the text, the way the text is lined up, that's the way it should be plugged into the breadboard. So for example, if you're plugging into the breadboard, just make sure you're straddling the middle of the breadboard like that. The two capacitors that you're going to use are going to look virtually identical, but they're marked with a black and a red marking. And so if you don't see those markings on there, just flip them over. They're a 0.0047 and a 0.047 microfarad capacitor. So easy to mix up, so just make sure you keep track of those. The LDR is this little guy right here, and it has some kind of like squiggles on the front of it. That's the light sensor that you're going to be using. For starters, you just plug that into the breadboard by itself and then make some measurements, and then later on replace one of the resistors with it. The potentiometer, we haven't really talked about these in a lot of detail, but basically it has a rotary knob on the top here, and it has 3 pins, and depending on the rotation it changes the resistance. You're only using 2 of these pins. You're using the middle pin and one of the outside legs. So in the lab you'll be seeing that part, and you'll be using it for almost the end of the lab. If you have any questions on this lab, let me know. It's got a lot of steps. It's not difficult. But if anything is confusing, shoot me an email and I'd be happy to go over anything with you on it.